What's up, Rambler 47? Finished up the quarter panel fabrication yesterday. So it's all steel now. So I got this panel all framed in and sheeted. It's fully removable. It bolts on the back side to the actual Lambo hinge. So I can remove it and get access to the mounting hardware and adjustment screws. There are a couple other adjustment screws, but I made a removable screen that will pop out, and then I can reach the adjustment screws through the louver itself with the Allen key. But everything clears now. Obviously it still needs to be fully welded, it's just clamped on. The piece needs to be fully welded, and then it needs to be welded to the car. But as you can see, nothing rubs. So it turned out just how I planned. Why will it need to be adjusted? Because shit happens. That's why. Vibration, screws work loose, Loctite or not. The hinges are also a very cheap universal kit. The machining on them, the machining tolerances on the threads to the screws, there's a huge gap. So they'll very easily vibrate loose, just the way it was designed. But I'll pack it full of Loctite and hope for the best. But if I need to get to the adjusters, or I need to remove the entire hinge because it breaks or needs serviced or greased or replaced, it's fully serviceable now. What's up, Mohammed? I'm doing good. Yeah, Kevin. I'll be doing everything. Um, the only thing that I did not do and am not going to do is I had the transmission built by a professional, and that's already installed. It's a Pro Street built tranny for the big race engine I'm going to put in there. It's still a 4-cylinder Volkswagen air-cooled engine, but it's a big one. It's a 2276 stroker. But the upholstery on the seats, I'm not sewing the seats. I'm having that done. I'll do the rest of the interior. I'll do the headliner, carpet, door cards, dashboard, steering wheel. I mean, everything else inside I'll be doing. So the transmission and the seat covers are the only things I won't be building myself. Everything else, I'll wire it, I'll plumb the air system, the brakes, all the fabrication, soundproofing, paint, bodywork, all that. What's up, Brazil? What's up, Colorado? It's a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, or what's left of one. Every piece has been modified, except for the actual door. I haven't touched the doors. They'll be stock doors. What's up, South Carolina? Big Rex. Yeah, it's got 325 50/15s on the back. They're big tires. So I had to make fenders that'll fit and flow with the car. As far as the design on the back of the car, I haven't finished that yet. I have some ideas. I'm gonna put a snorkel on top and raise, you can kind of see the cardboard layout. I'm gonna bulk up the back and the sides. I need to widen this quarter somehow to flow with the rest of the body. I'll be building the 2276 stroker air-cooled Volkswagen engine. Around 200 horsepower, dual carbs. I'll be running dual 40s. The engine can handle 48s, but because of those big rear tires, I'm gonna need some more torque, so I'm gonna choke them down to 40s. I'll lose horsepower, but I'll gain torque. That's how that works. But the engine will be built and prepped for turbo later. That's my plan. I still might have to tear the engine down when I get the turbos. We'll see. I'm gonna try to avoid that, but I gotta run all the numbers and figure it out. What's up, Solo? American Heathen. Can't wait to see it finished. Yeah, me neither. Thanks, Dixie. What's up, Brazil? What's up, Burnout? Truth Seeker has a time machine. I'll be building the 2276 stroker, Volkswagen, air cooled. I'm doing good, Burnout. Got a lot done yesterday. Finished all the fab mock-up on the louver and widen quarter. So I got all this done. I rounded the top right here with another piece and finished this edge off and then built this. What's up, Morocco? So you can see there's plenty of room for body work and paint. This piece won't need much. I did this out of a flat panel, so I didn't have to hammer it or anything. It's pretty smooth. I'll have to grind down the weld penetrations from welding the framework in. But that's no big deal. I'll be able to float the rest out and just primer with no Bondo. And my doors are in pretty good shape, so I should be able to do about the same thing there. So you can see it don't touch. There's no interference at all. Stretched front beam. We stretched the wheelbase 10.5 inches forward and dropped it 4 inches. So it's got a nice rake to it, nose down. Yeah, this one I didn't chop. I just made a visor. When I add the turbos, I want twin turbos for aesthetics, symmetry, which I think I'll have to go to injection. Am I gonna cage it? No. No roll cage. I like to live life dangerous. It's a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, or at least what's left of one. Highly modified, every piece hand fabricated. There's very little that has been not touched. Pretty much just the doors. I haven't modified the doors at all yet. I'll be building a 2276 stroker, air-cooled Volkswagen engine. What's up, Brazil? Marcos. This guy says that's an ugly car. Okay. Yeah, Tom. No airbags. Unless you're talking about suspension. I fully bagged the car, but no safety airbags, no seat belts, no roll cage. 200 horsepower at around 1,800 pounds. Rashad, how long is the project going to be? So this is about 15 months of work so far, but I started from the ground up. Every piece has been rebuilt and modified. The front beam, the rear, all of it, the pan. So life is good. But I probably have another 12 months before it'll be finished. I do all the work myself, and I do it in my free time. This is not my full-time job. So I've got a career, family, obligations, daily, weekly, monthly. So I just try to get in here for at least 8 hours a week. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Yeah, Marcos. It's a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle. Kind of. I mean, that's what it started out as. Yeah, it'll be street legal. I'm building it pro street. Here in Idaho, we don't have a lot of regulations or restrictions on what we drive. Pretty much, if it's got lights, you can drive it. I'm building this for myself to showcase my talent for my business. Corey Freeman. You took your car in, they said it had a gas leak. What are the symptoms of that? Oh, you're over in Nampa? Lots of things. I mean, if you're talking about a Volkswagen Beetle, it's if it's a gas leak, that's dangerous. If it's a stock Volkswagen, the fuel line goes to the carburetor right over the exhaust. So you need to get that fixed. The fuel pressure system on a stock Volkswagen is a mechanical pump that's in the block that bolts onto the block, and it's very low pressure. So if you have a leak, it's not going to run like it should because you'll be sucking air. Yeah, it'll still be rear engine, Boss Hog. 2276 stroker, air cooled Volkswagen engine. I'll be running 94 mil Porsche pistons and a whole bunch of stuff, big cam. Yeah, burnout freak. It can be a lot of stuff. If it's the fuel line, that's when they burn down. And the old cases were a magnesium alloy, which just burns like crazy, and you can't put it out. What's up, Jim Craig? I'll be spraying the main body in satin black truck bed liner. And then it'll have purple accents. You can see some of them on the brass knuckles and the steering box. The front skid plate is purple. And then I have metallic purple and black alligator vinyl I'll be doing the seats in. What's up, Devin? Tribal Fire, yeah, that super black paint. I did think about that. I want it textured. I like the way that looks. Plus, it's a real tough exterior. This car, once it's finished, as you can see, I have limited space to work. That's it. So it's one tiny car at a time, or two motorcycles, and it'll be stored outside. So I want a tough paint job. Plus, running open wheel, I won't have to worry about rock chips and everything else. Happy every day. What's up? Uncle Brad. Yeah, like a Rhino liner. It's a Raptor liner, but same thing. Love you too, bro. What's up, free agent? Yeah, I guess you could paint over the bed liner. Is there anywhere to start with a gas leak? Corey Freeman, what's the make and model? What year? No, I didn't want to chop the top. That's why I built the visor. I wanted the roof height in there. I got some really tall family members that would not fit in a chop top. ...2001 Pontiac Grand Am. Yeah, Bill, I'll be building a 2276 stroker air-cooled Volkswagen engine. I would check for that fuel leak. Let's see, what would the easy parts be? I would jack it up and follow your fuel line. That's what I would check first, because that should be pretty much exposed underneath the car all the way. What liner will I be using? I'm going to use Raptor liner. Yeah, Jesse, chop beetles look good. They look really good. I just didn't want to chop this one, so I put the visor on to give it kind of the chop feel, but not lose any headroom. So you can see it kind of gives it that chopped look. Yeah, Beast, you saw my videos. Yeah, I've been working on the front. These Lambo hinges were challenging. I mean, it would have been easier if I just took an easy way out and did a gapped louver and, you know, blah, 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 but I didn't. I made it complicated. One of a kind, for sure. Do I do commissions? What do you mean by that? Keeping the top the same height also makes the windows cheaper. Yeah, the stock windows will go right back in it. Right now, I don't have the room to build for other people. Someday, yeah, that's the plan, which is why I'm building this. I got the store open. You can go get some merch. Links under my bio. Eventually, I want to transition into this full time. everybody seems to enjoy what I build, my style, and the way I do things. It's definitely time consuming. I hand fabricate everything, so it's a time killer for sure. I'll be building the 2276 stroker. Yeah, Corey, I'm out in Caldwell, so you'll see me around when it's done. I'll be taking it to shows and get my pop-up tent and all that with my logo. If you hit the car show scene, I typically stay in the like Eagle, Nampa, Caldwell, Middleton area. I don't usually travel to Boise for car shows. Burnout wants to know what I'm doing about mirrors. I haven't decided yet. Maybe no mirrors. I mean, besides the rear view and the front windshield. What's up, Everett West? No, it's not right-hand drive. I'm using my front cameras right now for this live, so everything's backwards. Yeah, I'll be taking it to a lowrider at Lakeview. I know, I just don't have time to travel. Like I was saying earlier, I have a full-time career and I do this in my free time, you know, plus wife, kids, house. I mean, I don't, at this stage in my life, I don't have time to travel. I barely have time to do this, record it, edit videos, do lives. See you later, Boss Hog. What's up, Jason Bell? Thanks, Snoopy. This is actually the first car I've ever built. I learned fast. And fabricating and building engines and stuff like that, it's the only thing in my life that's ever come easy. Which is why I'm trying to hold on to it and do it full time. When I build, time doesn't matter. You know, food doesn't matter. I don't need a break. I just keep going. Mike Campbell. Yeah, you like the horn? I just love building things, fabricating, getting new tools, learning new techniques, practicing them over and over and over again. Burnout freak, you were on my last live then, huh? No. I haven't worked out what I'm gonna do in the back yet. I've still got plenty to do up here, but this is always on my mind. So that's about how much taller I want to make the back. As far as how to tie the sides into it yet, I have a general shape. I don't know if you guys can see the marker or not, but I drew this line that's going to go up to there. That's the general shape. I think I want to like raise up a piece right here and follow that back and then cut up and over. I know it's hard. I can see it. It's hard for me to explain, but kind of the way this front quarter, how this front quarter has these ribs that stick out, and then this part is set in. That's what I want to do right here. So this part will be set in, and then this part will be raised up, and it'll gradually get steeper, and it'll kind of follow this line and then over, if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me. Yeah, kind of like a shark fin on the back, but it'll lay over into the C-pillar. So it'll start small at 0, and then it'll raise as it's going, and then lean over into the car and attach. Have I tried modeling it in 3D on the computer? I barely know how to use a computer. I had to learn how to use a computer to use my CNC plasma table, but as far as 3D modeling goes, no, I have no clue how to do that. Am I putting a cup holder in it for my mug? Yeah, probably. My mug definitely goes everywhere with me. Yeah, burnout, so you get it. And then I'll have it pass through, and it'll go right through where the fin, it'll attach to the fin, but it'll pass through underneath the fin. I mean, originally I wanted to get it done and be able to drive it. It's taken a lot longer than I planned on, but at the same time, I have an idea of how long it takes to build a car comparative to building a motorcycle. I mean, I can build a complete custom motorcycle engine and everything in like 8 months in my free time. So I figured this project would take 3 years, but really I wanted to get it done in half that so I could build another one. But I think it's going to take every bit of those 3 years before it's absolutely complete, done, painted, buffed. I mean, just everything. See you later, Travel Fire. The swatch of skin is your interior. Yeah. Yeah, I got it right here. So the main body will be sprayed in satin black truck bed liner. Then the interior metal will be sprayed with this purple, and there's a couple other purple accents outside. And then the seats will be covered in this metallic purple and black Cayman gator. It's a vinyl print, it's not actual gator, but it's textured, it's thick, it's good stuff. Mastermind. Get to work, get off the phone. I'm trying to build a good fan base and community so that this can start paying for itself and I can do it more. Burnout wants to know if I'm gonna go stock seats or race buckets. Stock seats. The seats that I had that came with it were high backs. If you know about Volkswagens, the earlier ones had low backs. I'll be chopping the high backs into low backs and getting them wrapped in that gator. Thanks, Everett. Tap that screen. Get those likes up. Yeah, it takes a lot of time and patience. No, Bigfoot. I'll be building the 2276 stroker, air-cooled Volkswagen engine. Skill comes with practice, you know. I have no formal training in fabrication or welding or designing or painting or anything. I just get the tools, I figure it out. I do it over and over, I learn more every time. I'm for some reason, when it comes to all of this, even though I have no idea what I'm doing, it's easy for me to figure it out and do it somehow. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's probably Phoenix Wang Zhu wants to know when I'm going to finish it. I probably have 12 more months of work. I mean, nobody knows how to do something until you know how to do it. It just so happens when it comes to all of this, fabricating, engine building, the engineering, the designing, I can't explain it. It's just easy for me. I mean, I have struggles. I hit walls and dead ends, and then I just reassess and try a new process and figure out something else, a way around it, Every way that I do everything, it might not be the right way or the fastest way or the best way, but I figure out how to do it, and I do it, and I get it done. Making connections said the vision is the important part. You can learn the skills. That's correct. I have the ability to see it already built and engineered and how parts touch and don't touch and move. I can see it all in my head without actually having it in real life, and then that allows me to make it in real life. But it does take time. I mean, figuring out these front quarters for the Lambo hinges, I've been working on that again in my free time for, a handful of hours a week for a couple months now. But it's done. It works. Have I driven it in my thoughts every night? What's up, Orangeville? They open out and up. So it opens out, I would say maybe a third of the original swing, and then up. No audio on YouTube. Can everybody on YouTube hear me? Beast, your comments are not being left out. Thanks, Phoenix. Yeah, when it is done, I will compile all the videos and make one big video of the complete build. Thanks, Baptic. What's up, India? What's the channel about? Building this car and other cars, motorcycles. I hand fabricate and customize bikes and now cars. Thanks, Budsville. You get to see, I do everything different. I have a real particular style that I like things to look. The best way to describe it would be a dirty clean. Not quite a rat rod. Everything's a little on the darker gothic side of things. But it's a lot of rat rod style and general shapes and the way that rat rods are built, except I finish my projects all the way. That's paint, bodywork, interior, everything's new. New, smooth, clean, but it has that rat rod proportions. How many builds have you done till now? So this is my first car. I've built completely, built, ground up, designed, and fabricated like, I want to say like 8 motorcycles, I think, completely. I mean, I've built a lot more, made modifications, but not a complete redesign and build. So I'm still fairly new. I've only been fabricating and engine building for 6-7 years. Do I have a preferred tool brand? That depends on the tools. I mean, I have tons of Harbor Freight shit in here. Harbor Freight's great. Some of it's garbage, so just don't buy that. You know what I'm saying? Buy something else. But if I had unlimited funds, you know, and I could buy whatever I wanted, as far as hand tools go, Knipex are the best tools. I use them at work in my day-to-day job. I don't have any in here because I can't afford 2 sets, but Knipex, best hand tools, hands down, ever. Now, battery tools, I'm a Milwaukee fan. The M12 series for the shop, there's just, I mean, tons of options, tons of power, small packages. The M12s are affordable and they work great for mechanicking. Now, if you're going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting and daily abuse, constant daily abuse, then obviously you want an M18, something a little bit bigger. But that's what I use in work. In here, I have a mix of Makita and Milwaukee tools. Just stuff I've accumulated. It's really whatever I can afford and best bang for the buck. Yeah, DeWalt's great. We have a D&B here. They do DeWalt days every year, and you can buy them for literal pennies on the dollar. DeWalt stuff. It's awesome. I just like the versatility and the variety of Milwaukee's tools. Beast. Snoop, yeah, you can go check out my page. I just reloaded the last bike I built. It's a 1977 Kawasaki 400. So it's only a few videos back on the list. This will be a street rod beast, not a Baja. Tyler wants to know what kind of welder you can get for cheap. There are tons of Chinese welders that you can get for cheap. If you're going to get a MIG, make sure you get gas. Flux core is garbage. I mean, it serves a purpose, but it's messy, it's hard to weld with. Just get a gas MIG welder. I run a Weld Pro 200 and I love it. And it's a Chinese brand and it's a tank. Paul says, I guess Halloween is a big event for you. It's the only time you feel normal. No, I feel normal every day. Everybody else is weird. Thanks, Budsville. I enjoy tattoos. I like the pain, the process. It's refreshing, so I keep getting them. Charles. Attempted tattoo shaming in 2024 is a new one. Cabo. Yeah, I stream on both TikTok and YouTube at the same time. You live in Scotland, Paul? Yeah, Joey, I will. People don't bug me. I mean, look at me. I've been through tons of stuff. People's opinions literally don't matter. I'll be over here doing what I'm doing. If you like it, watch it. If you don't watch it. It's that easy. If I had 20K, what car or truck would you buy? I mean, that depends. What are you doing with it? Is it a daily driver? Do you have kids? Do you work out of it? You know? I mean, if it's just a general car buy, if you're buying a car to build, I don't know, what's the car for? A daily driver? Japanese car, for sure. I would buy a Honda. Or a Toyota. Toyota's great. I drive a Tacoma. They're awesome. But if you're looking for a car, I would buy a Honda, Acura. Off-road or street, Tacoma. Yeah, Cabo, a Honda. Every time, hands down. They're cheap to repair, parts are everywhere, good gas mileage, very durable, excellent engines. Yeah, an Acura RDX or an MDX. Acura MDX, third row pop-up, still a compact crossover SUV, all-wheel drive. I wouldn't buy a Pilot, no. If you're talking about a car, get a Honda. If you're talking about an SUV or a truck, get a Toyota. Thanks, Shorts. Now, a 4Runner or a Tacoma, they're the same platform, different body. So as far as drivability, it doesn't matter. It's whether you want a truck bed or more cabin room. Yeah, Toyota Corollas and Camrys are great cars. It's just personal preference. If you're looking for a compact, subcompact, or sedan, personally, I would buy a Honda or an Acura, which is Honda. But if you're looking for an SUV or a truck, Toyota. Yeah, their resale value is high. The 1990s Toyota is still high priced. Yeah, and there's a reason for that. Because it still has tons of life, it'll still last, it's reasonable to repair. Yeah, I'm not a Ford fan. I'm not a domestic anything fan. Now Charles wants to know what I would avoid. Anything other than what I just said. Yeah, Joey. Domestic cars, I mean, if I had to buy a domestic car, I would definitely get a GMC or a Chevy over a Ford, hands down. They just don't last. They build them to break, and I mean, they're cheaper for sure, you know, but again, there's a reason why they're cheaper. What's up, Dom the Painter? Hey, if you guys like paint jobs, go check out Dom the Painter. He does some amazing shit. Thanks for stopping by, Dom. All right. This guy wants to walk around real quick. You guys, hold on. Stretched the front beam 10.5 inches, dropped it 4. Lambo door, widened the front quarter 2.5 inches. Made the door tuck. Tuck and clear, louvers, removable screen, reverse hinge the front hood. So she opens up like that now. Built a whole subframe. Because I stretched the front end, the front beam used to go here, and now it's way out here. I had to extend the steering, so we modified the steer shaft, double U joint to rag joint to steering box. 10.5 inch vented visor. Hood scoop, that's where I'll be putting the headlights, is inside of there. I got some micro spotlights, and I'll tuck 4 of them in there on each side, and that'll be the headlights. Got the vented visor, factory hand crank sunroof, so it's not a giant parachute, airflow will go right over. Widen the rear quarters, brake vents, 16-inch wide track tires on the back. That's sidewall to sidewall, not tread. They're 325 50/15s. Hand fabricated fenders, working on a snorkel and raising the rear end and widening it 4 inches. Why not use LEDs? Those are LED lights. Those are micro spotlights for motorcycle forks. How much horsepower? It'll have 200 horsepower. Which at 1,800 pounds, 200 horsepower is plenty. It'll get up and go for sure. Thanks, Dom. Yeah, originally, this was redesigned twice. Originally, I just hand formed a visor that was flush with the roof line. And then later I realized I created a giant parachute in the front. So then I cut 80% of it out and raised it up. So now it'll vent over. No, they definitely don't make them like they used to. They're all plastic now, which is garbage. What about mirrors? I haven't decided on mirrors yet. I'll have the one in the windshield for sure, but as far as side mirrors, I'm probably not going to run any. No, it's not chopped, Dom. It's just a visor. It makes it look chopped. Thanks, Chanel. Yeah, Joey, the hand crank sunroof is factory from Volkswagen. If I'm right, 67, I think, was the first year that had the hand crank sunroof. V for vodka, what's up? Thanks for the sub. Yeah, I don't even know if side mirrors will work. I'll try and figure out and engineer a way to get some on here, but I don't want factory mirrors. I'll make my own. I just don't want anything sticking off the body that's not already sticking off the body. So if I can somehow figure out a way to design them to still be functional and flow with the body, then I'll put them on. If not, then I won't. Yeah, it'll be street legal. Do I need front fenders where I live? Technically, yes. But luckily, here in Idaho, hot rods, old school cars, they pretty much give you a free pass. I mean, as long as you're not out there terrorizing people and, you know, causing problems, they pretty much leave you alone in custom vehicles. Yeah, Skyline GTR, that'd be fun to design. Would you design lime the hood scoop for side mirrors? You wouldn't be able to see them. Yeah, or a 94 Supra. A 94 Supra already has almost perfect body lines. What you putting into the car engine wise? I'll be building a 2276 stroker, air cooled Volkswagen engine. camera side mirrors working on the center mirror cams, also compact. That's a good idea. A side camera is definitely smaller than a mirror. No, the rear seat will be going back in, Snoopy. Factory seats. Not factory upholstery, but factory seats. I'll be covering the seats in this metallic purple and black Cayman alligator. Yeah, Charles, I won't do a Camaro. I'll do an El Camino because it's weird. But Camaros, I don't know. It's like doing a C10 pickup. I don't know. I prefer the weird stuff. El Camino, I'd do an El Camino for sure. I'd like to take what most people think is worthless or ugly or small or, you know, undesirable and make it desirable. What's up, Junior? Yeah, it's a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, or at least what's left of one. Yeah, camera side mirrors wouldn't be that hard to add. What's up, Big Lewis? Yeah, I can show you guys the rear. It's just not done yet. I'm still designing. I'll be raising the roof up 4 inches and widening the quarters at least 4 inches, and then redesigning and hand fabricating the rest of the rear end so that it all flows. Put a snorkel on top. I'll be right back. What's up, Tosh? Thanks, Joey. Do I have to tell the insurance company about all the modifications? Yes and no. RC Baja, it does have a strut. It's inside the quarter. That's what lifts it up. You have to open the door and then start the lift, and the strut will take over. But where's this other question at? Do you have to tell the insurance company about the modifications you have done to the car? Yes and no. If you want it insured for the money you put into it, then yes, you have to give them a itemized list of costs and receipts so that if you do wreck it, they will pay out, and they can adjust your monthly payment based on what you value the car as. Yeah, you can't see the strut. Here, let me pop this off. Tosh Houston, your dad knows me. Who's your dad? Here we go, RC Baja. See the strut right there? And here's for the panel. I can unbolt and this whole panel slides off, so I can get to the mounting hardware. But there's the strut. I didn't have room for two on these. They're set up to have one up and one over, so when you close the door, it'll catch the weight of the door. But I don't have room up front for the other strut with the subframe to hold the hinge. So you just gotta be gentle when you close it, because it's under pressure all the way to about there. And now if I let go of the door, it'll just fall. So you gotta gently set the door down and then close it. And then when you open it, same thing. You give it a little help, and then the strut takes over. Tosh Houston, you're only 9. No, I typically don't work on other people's stuff. I don't have the room for it here, and or the time generally. I mean, sometimes I'll help friends out and, family, but until I get a shop, I don't have the capacity. Thanks, Johnny. Do I think it'll bend the door or warp it with speed bumps and holes? No, not at all. I will be on the actual door. This is just a mock-up door. On the actual door, I will be welding in a subframe inside that the hinge will bolt to strengthen the door, because it's not meant to open that way. And right now it's just bolted into sheet metal. But I will build a structure in the actual door. And it'll be fine. The latch will hold it this way, when you close it, and it'll be all right. How many years, raw impact, how many years did you do in prison? It's always a question. More than I wanted to. Kevin, what do you actually do for a living? I am a journeyman electrician. I wire residential and multifamily. Random letters and numbers, what's up? Arturo, what's going on? If you can put a Subaru engine in it, you'll never regret it. No, we don't. I don't put Subaru engines in Volkswagens. I'm not even a fan of Subaru engines, even though they're Japanese. I don't like their engineering. B-Rabbit. I'm not shy. I've just moved on. I'll be building the 2276 stroker. Good, B-Rabbit. Wake up every day, make better choices. A 4-cylinder Cummins would be pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. Skull. There are some pretty powerful Subaru engines, but like I said, I don't like the way they're engineered or designed. I think they're garbage, but that's my opinion. Lots of people love them. Lots of people build fast motors. They do great things with them. It's not on my list. And yeah, you can make plenty of power with Volkswagen engines. Plenty. I mean, it's all about power to weight ratio anyway. You can have a low powered engine, but if it's only pushing 800 pounds, you're going to fly, you know? It's a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle. Or at least what's left of one. What's up, Egypt? You have a 1600. What's the best ignition for me? Well, that depends if you want points or digital. My opinion is digital is better. I'll be putting digital in this. I'll probably put a CompuFire or one of those brands. Joey wants to know if I ever considered chopping the top. No, I like the general shape of it, plus the headroom is great. I have some taller family members that I'd like to cruise around with, and they wouldn't be able to fit comfortably in a chop top. Bad Bob, you building a Volkswagen Trike? I'm pretty sure that's going to be my next project after this. Is I'll be building like a 70s style King Queen Volkswagen Trike. Yeah, too much power will make it undrivable because you'll pop wheelies. I mean, you can counter that with front weights, and or the stickiness of your tires, but either way, there is a point where it's just too much unnecessary power. Yeah, bad Bob, build that trike. What's up, Jamie? Yeah, Bernard. The visor does give it a chop top look without sacrificing headroom. That's why I built it. I'll be building the Big Daddy Beard. I'll be building the 2276 cc stroker air cooled flat 4 Volkswagen engine. It'll be about 200 horsepower, and the car will be about 1,800 pounds, give or take 100 pounds. Yeah, you want to see the door open and close? Get you a close up. Yeah, randomness, I built it. Still building it. Where did the hinges come from? I ordered them on eBay. It's a universal kit. Now, they're poorly made. The machining on them is not that good a quality. They're strong. They're durable for sure. But I had to do a lot to make them work. You can't just buy them and bolt them on. There's a lot of engineering and fabrication that went into actually making them work. Kevin T, what's up? No, I won't be using anything original. Pretty much everything is going to be modified. But I appreciate it. Did you ever get your merch? Yeah, Bernard. Universal, aka you must design the hardware and fabricate custom solutions to make it work. Yeah. But on the upside, they were only like 200 bucks or something like that. They were cheap. Now you can buy kits, smaller, lighter weight hinges with smaller mini struts and a bolt-on application kind of. But the price of those start at like 1,400 a pair. And I was not spending 1,400 bucks on some hinges when I can make parts myself. I did sacrifice weight though, because these are like half-inch 5/8 cast, and they're massive. They weigh like 20 pounds a piece. This is the hinge for the other side. And no joke, it's like 20 pounds. I mean, they're just ridiculously big. But they're meant for any door. Camaro doors, Suburban, big doors. Yeah, Bad Bob. You can check out the merch store too. Links under my bio. Yeah, Kevin T got the flag up in his shop. That is awesome. I'll be building the 2276 stroker. Andre said you gotta know what's cooler, the beard, the mustache, or the build. All three. Thanks, Mr. R. Fisher. Yeah, Joey says the car is cooler. Yeah, that was the point of building it. Cabo, see you tomorrow. I'll be live 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Rocky, I'll be keeping this. I'm going to use it to showcase my skill. I mean, at the end of the day, for the right amount of money, everything's for sale, So, but until I have another one built, I won't be selling anything. I'm Mountain Time, so it's 2:11 here right now in the afternoon. I'm in Idaho. Yeah, it'll be air cooled. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got to get off, go get the kids.